Hello, Capricorn. Welcome to your reading for the rest of the month. We're doing February 22nd to the 28th. This is for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising, and we are not going to jump right in. We're going to casually stroll because I want to officially welcome you to your new era, okay? There's chicken fingers, popcorn, cake, mozzarella sticks, yo-yos, whatever you want. Whatever you want. It's your world. It's your world. Here we are. All right. I want you to take a look around. I want you to get comfortable. Check out where the nearest exits are. You won't need them. You won't need them. Okay. You made it. You made it. You made it to what I've been calling the Y2K of the 21st century. And unlike the actual Y2K, which it was a little, underwhelming, this is the real deal. The Great Reset that you just went through last week. You're adjusting to the old world that's crumbling, entering the new world that's nice and shiny. The whole collective's here, and you are definitely still riding the wave of everything last week. The eclipse, the Saturn-Neptune conjunction, 0 degrees on the world axis. So what does that mean? This is going to be a week. This week could actually feel very, everything, everywhere, all at once. What's real? What's not real, right? But that's part of it. That's part of the process for this great shift from 3D to 4D, all of that, okay? And remember, this is just the beginning. This is a process. You're just getting started. And if you have noticed that your consciousness has been expanding, that time is literally speeding up, then you are exactly right where you need to be. And I talk about a lot of that in my last live stream. I'll leave it at the end of this video on more about this new world, okay? That everybody's waking up. Everybody's waking up. Truths are being revealed, all of that. Transparency. That's this new world, okay? There is no veil. And also, hence the Great Awakening, right? The Great Reset, the Great Shift, all wrapped up in one. And so as you leave your old structures, old ways of thinking, old patterns, all of that, you get to choose your new timeline. This clean slate in this new era, all right? And this week is very karmic. There's a lot of change that's going to be happening. It's a week of even miracles this week. Yeah, we'll talk about it. But as I explained in your February forecast or monthly forecast, there's going to be a little bit of turbulence. Just a little bit of turbulence, all right? So remember, wax on, wax off, practice patience. You create your reality. Life is what you make it as long as you commit to the future you. The best version of yourself on your path to enlightenment in your new world. And this week there is like almost every day this week. You get like a nice little gift bag. Yeah. Every little karmic reward. And I dropped these forecasts a few days before the week began. So if you're watching it before the week begins, you might be approaching Sunday, February 22nd, with Venus in Pisces, trine Jupiter in Cancer, 15 degrees. And I didn't include it last week because there was just so much happening, but you're definitely going to feel this maybe even on Saturday, on Monday. It's really, really, really nice. The peak is on Sunday, though. All right. This is the luckiest day of the month, one of the best in the year. It is bonker sauce. It's the two benefics, okay, that are exalted. Jupiter, who rules Pisces, by the way, at his degree of exaltation. I talked about that last week, and it's a trine. It's this harmonious flow. Trines are the nature of Jupiter. So you are going to feel this surge of optimism, and the fact that Jupiter in Cancer, that rules your 7th house. That's partnerships, that's love and marriage, business partners, personal relationships. There's contracts, agreements. Trining Venus in Pisces in your 3rd house. That's signing agreements. Third house is communication and writing. And so this is really great. This is really wonderful. There is this, I mean, this alignment is just, it's very auspicious. It's nirvanic. It just fosters all this emotional and spiritual growth. Okay. And it's Jupiter. Remember, Jupiter expands, right? So the fact that you have Jupiter in Cancer in seventh, and then you've got Venus and Pisces in your third, this can increase your finances, bring good news, luck, diplomacy. It's just abundance, especially in relationships. Venus is relationships. Venus is also money, creative projects, business. It's your third house, communication, branding yourself, advertising, marketing. There may be something online here too, something with the internet. You may even take a short trip. Really wonderful. Okay. Home and family is going to be a big theme, as well as even real estate. Yeah. That's going to be, yeah, a lot of y'all are going to be moving. You're going to be moving. You're going to be buying places. People are going to be moving in. You're going to be expanding your family. This is also just very spiritual, right? With Pisces, Cancer, it's like you're at one with everything. That's the vibe. It's big hearted. So you might pay it forward, okay? But it's also a really good day to take, like, treat yourself. Have a spa day. Get your hair done, get a bob. Yeah. Venus is beauty. Get some French fries, whatever you want. Treat yourself. Treat yourself. This is one of those days. You're going to feel it. It's going to feel good. And it's in, 2 water signs, right? Pisces, Cancer. So literally take a bubble bath, take a swim in the river, whatever you want to do. Water heals, right? So the reason why I really love this, and I really, really love this for you, but there's 2 things about it that makes it even more rare, okay? Well, we don't get this again until 2027, but Jupiter is in Cancer the first time in 12 years. So this is the first time that we've had this aspect, these planets and these signs, since 2014. And this specific one, right? These planets and these signs, we are not going to get for another 12 years. All right. So it's truly rare. What makes it even more rare and even more special for you is that the moon will be in Taurus, and the moon happens to be exalted in Taurus. So we have a triple exaltation here. And it's like musical chairs, because like I said, Jupiter is a ruler for Pisces. The moon is a ruler for Cancer. And Venus is a ruler for Taurus. We will talk about this in the bonus spread, where we talk about the lunations and asteroids and planetoids. But there's a mini grand trine with 3 exalted planets. Like, what? So if you watch for your rising, by the way, if you're a cross watcher, if you watch for your rising or your moon, or for your brother, your husband, or for your contractor, anyone, water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, will feel this the most. If you know your chart, your natal chart, if you have any planets 13 to 17 degrees in any of those signs, well, those planets will be aspected, so you will really feel it. I honestly would not be surprised if a lot of y'all do sign contracts, or even get married, or there's just something here, new client that you bring on. There's so many possibilities. It's really, really, really nice. And Taurus does rule your 5th house of romance, and it's really wonderful. Now, Mars is going to sextile Chiron as well on that same day. Mars in Aquarius, sextile Chiron in Aries. 24 degrees. Now, remember, this is going to be the 4th sextile to Chiron in Aries in February. Something here is just setting you free, okay? This is one of those aspects. Remember, Chiron, the wounded healer. You've had 3 of these now. Since you're going to be spending time at the spa, You know those cold plunge pools at the spa? Yeah. This is that. That is this. That's this aspect. It's no pain, no gain. This is you taking action that repairs, that heals. Yeah. Mars gives you that courage to transform any old past wounds into power. Yeah, this is where you find strength and in self-healing. They're ripping off the band-aid. And so there's going to be a lot of energy here, especially with your self-worth, self-value. It is your second house, something that really builds your confidence, especially in the home sector, in the home space, right? Maybe some energy there with maybe a relationship with parents, grandparents, step sisters, things like that. All right, your children. But there's something really special about this one too, okay? Because it is Mars in Aquarius. That is your second house. There may be some money matters here too. Finances, yeah? Because second house is, like I said, self-worth. It's all about the things that you value as well, and even feeling valued. So I love this. This is you standing up for yourself and even others, helping guide others. I mean, it is Mars in Aquarius, Aquarius being humanity, the humanitarian. But again, something's just setting you free. It's really nice. Now, Tuesday, not on the whiteboard, but yeah, we will have first quarter moon in Gemini on February 24th. We'll talk about it in the bonus spread, but there may be some decisions we're going to make, okay? Possibly with, work related, colleague, employee, or even health. Now, Thursday, February 26th, we have Mercury retrograde in Pisces, 22 degrees. This may be, you're going to feel this, Capricorn. You're going to feel this. Just let you know now, pretty much all of March too. All right. Mercury's retrograde pretty much all of March. Okay. It's going to go into its shadow again. But anyway, and this is, by the way, every Mercury retrograde this year will be in water signs. So very different from last year, okay? When it was in fire, right? So this is more emotional. These are going to be emotional Mercury retrogrades. And as you know, Mercury is detriment in Pisces, doesn't do well in Pisces at all, okay? So the planet of communication, logic, thinking, etc., okay? Your clarity, communication, all of that. Maybe extra foggy, okay? Things could be a little bit confusing throughout March, all right? Kind of like the very first episode of Game of Thrones. You're just like, what? So here's the thing. Mercury retrograde with a stellium in Pisces. Remember, you got the sun, you got Venus. There's a lot happening in that Pisces area of your chart, and Pisces rules your third house, and that's Mercury's home. So Pisces rules communication for you, okay? And thinking, ideas. It's Mercury, right? The messenger. So that's why I say, Capricorn, you may really feel this. Out of all the signs, you really might. You're up there, all right? You're in the top 3 where you're really going to feel Mercury retrograde this time around, okay? Here's the thing. Pisces is very spiritual, yeah? Pisces is the subconscious, but the third house, that's logic, that's thinking, that's, Gemini ruled. It's facts, it's ideas, so you see the disconnect already, but Saturn, your ruler, just conjuncted Neptune, still conjuncting Neptune. And that brings that element of like, what is real? What's fantasy, right? Saturn being reality, Neptune being not. Yeah. So almost nothing will make sense for you, Capricorn. Just letting you know. All right. Of course, I'm exaggerating, but I want you to know that there may be some moments where you do question reality. All right. There may be some moments where you question even like your faith, even like self-belief. It's Pisces energy, but it's also your third house. So just a lot of, question marks over your head about some things. Now, here's the benefit of Mercury retrograde in Pisces. Yeah. Really great time to just delve into your subconscious. Really great time to have, long walks by, the park or in the park. Meditate. Pay attention to your dreams to know thyself. Yeah. Your intuition is just going to be off the charts, Pisces energy. But because Pisces rules your third house, try to find a really good balance of logic, intuition, right? Of the higher mind and the physical mind. Because there is a little bit of, a fogginess here. And it's just how it is. All right. It's just how it is. Your emotions could definitely be a little bit heightened too. But here's the thing. This really is a good time for you to have peace of mind, stillness of mind, rest the mind. Yeah. Try not to question too many things. Just go with the flow with the go, see where things go. All right. And that's going to help you get you through those typical retrograde delays and tech mishaps, miscommunication. Yeah. And it is your third house. So emails, text messages, there may be, some that you send that people don't get. Maybe you don't get, a calendar invite, things like that. Those happen during Mercury retrograde, but it is in your third house. No one else's, yours. Okay. Third house rules the internet. Okay. Just letting you know. So this is a really great time to practice patience. All right. And here's the thing with retrogrades, you're meant to re-examine, review, revise things, everything that has to do with communication. Third house, like I said, it's more than communication. It's like advertising, PR, marketing, branding yourself. It's writing projects. It's being curious about a lot of other things. That's another benefit for you, right? Taking that time to explore new things. Maybe there is a reason why you didn't get that email that you were expecting from your colleague, and during that time you started looking into penguins and realized you wanted to open up a penguin sanctuary or whatever it is. There's always a reason. Mercury goes retrograde. Here's the thing. Saturn and Neptune, they just moved into Aries, right? And so they left Pisces. This is kind of a blessing in disguise because you get to wrap up this chapter in your life. Okay, so it is sort of like a review of the past 2 years. Yeah. And retrogrades, as you know, bring the past to you. All right. Remember the words, right? Reunion, rekindle, reminisce. So that's the other thing. You are going to have a lot of people from your past resurface. They're going to be coming up. They're going to be coming up in your emails and your texts and your DMs, in person, former people that you worked with, bosses, maybe even projects that you return to because everything's so confusing. You're like, you know what? That book that I was writing a year ago, let me get to it. And there you go. Right. And so you might return to a lot of things that, projects that really excited you. Even taking trips to places that you used to love. It's very nostalgic here in the third house. Maybe seeing family members you haven't seen in a while. So again, all these great things to your benefit. Mercury retrogrades really are a time to fix things too. Okay. And it's retrograde in Pisces. So there is a sense of like forgiveness. Yeah. Forgive and forget. Pisces is all about endings. So it's also like surrendering to make peace with the past, all of that. Like it's closing a chapter. All right. Remember, you can't bring everything into the new world. Now, mutable signs, Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, Pisces will feel this the most. If you have any combination of those 4 signs as part of your top 3, like sun, moon, rising, you're going to feel it even more. And if you have any planets, 19 to 25 degrees, in any of those signs, especially Pisces, then I truly wish you the best. But you're going to be fine. You're going to be good. There just may be some miscommunication. Okay. Friday, February 27th, you have the sun conjunct the North Node in Pisces, 9 degrees. This is absolutely amazing. And you also have Mars square Uranus at 27 degrees. So the entire month of February, the North Node has been having aspects and alignments and has been giving you signs. Yeah. And now it's going to conjunct the sun, which is your purpose, right? Just like the North Node. So this is a really great alignment. This is miraculous because you might get downloads. You might hear your calling. You may, feel your destiny, your path deep in your soul. So I really, really love this. It may come in the form of a message. It may come also because it is your third house, right? And so it may come while you're taking, a trip somewhere, right? Third house is transport. It could happen when you're on the subway. You never know. It's a fated event, right? Mercury retrograde, you definitely might be thinking of past events too. Mercury is the mind, right? So think about March 17th, 2025. Anything, there may be something around that time that comes back around. And if you want, you can think all the way back to March 7th, 2007, okay? Remember, everything is cyclical. It's a 19-year cycle. So if you think about what happened for you when it came to communication and third house activities like travel and, siblings as well, communication and writing and teaching too, okay? Online maybe. All right. Think about any breakthroughs that you had, especially around 2007, March 2007, because back then we had a triple conjunction with the sun, the North Node, and Uranus in Pisces. So there's your breakthrough, right? With Uranus. And the reason I really bring that up is because you see Uranus is going to be very active this day. And in a different way, though. So Uranus is going to be a little naughty. And Mars, the god warrior, who's in the sign of the future, but also the rebel. He's gonna be a little bit aggressive, and he's gonna West Side Story with Uranus, who's the agent of chaos, the great disruptor, and breakdowns. Aquarius' ruler. So you will have your fated breakthrough here, right? Your spiritual revolution with the North Node and the Sun together in Pisces. And again, it may even be a big announcement that you make as well. There could be something here. Maybe also something with your local community, but it feels very like you're going to be social. While you're doing that, Mars is going to square Uranus, and that's a little bear pokey. And so just be very mindful about that. Stay frosty. Be cool. Mars in Aquarius, that is your second house. Remember, that is finances. Yeah? Money, salary, income, but also self-worth, self-value, material possessions, things that you value. However, the reason why you might feel this is because Uranus, Aquarius' ruler, is in Taurus, and that rules your fifth house. And so you have a little bit of overlap here because the second house is Taurus's home. And so Taurus rules your fifth. That would be love. That would be joy, pleasure, romance, true love. It would be, family, children. It's the place of romance and creativity, sex and procreation. That's the fifth house as well. Hobbies as well. So I wouldn't be surprised if you do go back to like a book you were writing, for instance. But because they are going to square, there may be something here that has to do with your significant other, someone you're dating, a lover, family, children, and money. All right? Or just something where your sense of self-worth and self-value is tested. Mars square Uranus is the most challenging aspect of this month. And as I said in my last live stream, it might be a good idea to back up data on an external hard drive, okay? Because Aquarius and Uranus rule technology, as does Mercury, who's the lower octave of Uranus, and he's retrograde. So the fact that Mercury's retrograde in your third house, that's his home. So third house is, what did I say? It's the internet, okay? And technology. And so, why not, right? Just a little disc. Why not, right? Anything that you think is important enough, why not? Why not, right? So, Saturn, by the way, your ruler, still conjuncting Neptune. So you're still going through the whole process of what's real, what's my real path, what do I realize I don't want, all that. And at this point, they've moved on to 1 degree. So there is some initiation here. There's some movement in home and family. All right. A lot of y'all, again, maybe making changes. It looks like a lot of y'all are becoming parents or grandparents or so there's changes on the home front, but the biggest thing of all is the weekend. We will have the moon in Leo. In theory, this is really fun. The moon in Leo is just so joyful, a lot of creative energy. You get to be expressive. It's romantic. You tap into your inner child. But Saturday, the moon in Leo will be opposite Pluto. And that, remember, Pluto's in Aquarius, so that's your 2 money houses. All right? So there may be something here with money and relationships. And then we have a T-square on Sunday night, with a moon in Leo. And remember, he's joining Mars in Aquarius squaring Uranus and Taurus. And those are 3 fixed signs. There's a little bit of wiggle room, but we'll talk about it in the second spread. Just channel this energy constructively, okay? Use this day to surrender what no longer serves you well. Anything that you're just like, we're going to leave this in the old world. Let it crumble, okay? One of the reasons why this may be a big weekend for you is because sure, the North Node is going to conjunct the Sun, but that activates the South Node in Virgo. Yeah? And so there will be some karmic release. Virgo rules your 9th house. So it does seem like there is something here that may change the way that you see something or your belief system. Okay? And there, again, just if you are traveling, there may be the possibility of delays. All right. The reason I'm harping on this is because 4 days from now, on March 3rd, we will have the total lunar eclipse in Virgo. And so there's a lot of energy building up to that. And it's a lunar eclipse where things are ending. And it's a total lunar eclipse. And sometimes things can be eclipsed out of your life, right? But again, it is your 9th house. 9th house is like spirituality, your belief system, your philosophies, but it is travel too. So you would just want to be mindful. You could just decide, I'm not traveling anymore. My God, I'm having a family, I'm having kids. So anyway, actually, you know what? I'm not even done. You have the fixed signs, it's going to be Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius. That feels Mars square Uranus the most. If you have any planets 7 to 11 degrees in any of the fixed signs, yes, you'll feel it the most. It will be the water signs who feel the North Node and the Sun conjunction. Now, Saturday, February 28th, Mercury conjunct Venus in Pisces, 22 degrees. I actually really love this for you, all right? Because this is having really heartfelt conversations. This is your creative expression. This is when you do bang out that novel. This is like, it's got creative writing written all over it. It's very artistic, artsy energy, it's like poetry and motion. It's beautiful. It's like a message in a bottle. You may be writing a love letter around this time. It's Mercury and Venus. It's very romantic. It's basically every storyline in Love Actually, if you ever saw that movie. All right. And remember, nobody gave up. But with Mercury being retrograde, for a lot of y'all, it's going to be with people from your past. Okay. That if there's anything here. Or just reminiscing. Yeah. Another reword. Anyway, let's get started. Let's see what's going on for you, Capricorn, for February 22nd to the 28th for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We're going to do and this is it. This is the last of February. What a month. What a month. Capricorn, how are y'all doing? You look so good. You look so great. Thanks for showing up to your new world. This is really exciting. And there's gonna be I just feel like there's something you're signing. Okay. Anyway, I do a traditional call to crossbred, offers the best overview, especially for a weekly reading. And if we need to pull clarifiers, you know we will. And you know I love y'all. And the reason I say that too is because even around that lunar eclipse in Virgo, Mars officially moves into Pisces. So you'll have 4 planets in Pisces, and that is your 3rd house. Anyway, all right, let's get started. Okay. Look at you. Yeah, there's, yeah. You're good. You know you're good. Like, you're good. But we got to talk about something here. There's a little bit of like take it or leave it energy that's already coming through. All right. Like you say, it's almost like you're saying that to someone. You do have the King of Cups. Great. This is someone who is, all this water energy, all these emotional, and again, even the lunations this week are just the aspects that are happening. But I love this is you can see his throne is on top of water, and look how turbulent the water is. It doesn't matter. He's the King of Cups. Nothing is going to knock him off his throne. And so this is emotional stability. It's emotional intelligence. This is someone who is highly intuitive. This is someone who, like, telepathic. But this is also someone who leads with his heart. He has so much love to give. And a lot of the energy this week is this selfless energy, even from the moment the week begins with Venus trine Jupiter to the end of the week when we start moving into, that Virgo energy. And then even, when you have that first quarter moon in your 6th house, because that's, there's this element of like service to others. And so that's really great because you're moving into this week just armored, like emotionally, like you're like the rock for other people. Yeah. And so I really love this. And even with the King of Cups, what comes first, right? When you have all this love to give, self-love, right? Love it. Now, and in a very leadership position with that King of Cups, but you have that 2 of Swords in the heart of your spread. And so it does feel like you might be a little bit conflicted about something. And a lot of it may have to do with this emotional load that you are carrying as you move into the week with the King of Cups. But right there. Um, it just feels a little like you feel conflicted. Um, Something takes you out of this King of Cups energy. Yeah. And he's got a lot of compassion and empathy. Something takes you out of that. And in a way, it's not only are you conflicted, but it just feels like there's something here where you have to really. It's not really about making a decision, it's more about choosing the right path for you moving forward. But I don't know. It's almost like, oh, I don't even know how to explain it, but with that Four of Cups in your crown, it's almost like there's this refusal. It's okay. The best way to explain it is like there's a lot of confusion for you this week, like I said, with Saturn conjunct Neptune, Mercury retrograde in Pisces. It's almost like there's a lot of noise in front of you, and you're just like, I don't even want to deal with this. And so you don't even get through that noise to see what's in front of you, right? But the other thing is you do have that Four of Wands in your challenge area too. So there's something here where you have to be honest with yourself, all right? And it may have to do with relationships and partnerships as well, with the Two of Swords, okay? And you see that she's crossing off her heart, and so she's a little bit withdrawn. So just keep that in mind. Those swords are going to get heavy. You can't just be in that position for a long time. You're eventually going to have to, come out. But there may be something that you're really deciding about with the Four of Wands in your challenge area. There is a little bit of almost like there's something that you want, something that could be very celebratory, something that brings a lot of joy, and it hasn't happened yet. Keyword yet. It's just a weekly reading. The other thing is there may be something here where it's something that you may be thinking about with someone else involved, and there's just a little bit of confusion around it, or it's something that you're waiting for the other person to make a decision, but by them waiting or not making that decision, you take it personally. There's just a lot of confusion here is what it is, especially with that Four of Cups in your crown, which is attributed to the moon in Cancer, by the way. Remember, Cancer rules your 7th house of relationships. So there's really something here. And again, it is the Four of Wands. But you see what's happening in this card, okay? It's not just one person. So, and if it's not love, it can be business, it can be career, it can be a personal relationship. All right, just let you know. But yeah, it just feels like, look, you've got. I'm gonna just show you here. You have the Two of Swords with the Four of Cups, right? They're both crossing off their hearts. They're closing their self off. Yeah. You see the Hand of Spirit being offered to him. And he's just like, eh. And this card is, associated with like discontent. And it's almost like too late. Or, you know what I mean? It's like, I don't care anymore. That's the energy that he goes. So there is something where it's really good idea to go within and do some reflection, because it feels like something just kind of threw you off. And it could have been, again, a message that you receive. And again, Mercury's retrograde. It may not even be, you could have misread it, but with that Four of Wands, it does feel like the timing's off on something, or something that you want hasn't happened yet. Again, yet is the key word. Mercury retrograde delays. But there is the Four of Wands has a strong association with like your domestic sector, with like home and family. And remember, that's a big theme for you. Okay. So we really want to just go within and just be very confident about our path forward. Yeah. Because you have that 10 of Pentacles in the root of your spread. And so I feel like there's this idea that you have, or a direction that you're going, or this wish, this big dream, and it's the big picture for you, and it's exciting and it's amazing, and you're on that path. But again, with Mercury retrograde, it just may not be going as fast as you want, and with everything else that's happening, a little bit of just confusion, a little bit of like what, and so you're just like withdrawn here. But this is really great. And as you can see, a lot of family energy here. You see 3 generations of family in the 10 of Pentacles. This is amazing. This is a card of, success and prosperity. And it's the you made it card. And it's a 10, right? So there is a sense of just completion, or it's almost like this happy ending. It feels like it may have already happened or will happen this week. And then there's this, what comes next, right? And so everything that I just said earlier, home and family and relationships, I mean, it's all showing up here, right? But then you have the 10 of Pentacles. You see the pentacles raining from the heavens in the form of the tree of life. And so, again, something here with wealth, building your wealth. There's something here with family and just the relationships that you have. I feel like there's a disconnect, okay? And if you're not here for family, just wealth, building your wealth. Or with your significant other. Remember, over the weekend with the moon in Leo, a lot of energy around money for you. But then look, you got the Ace of Wands in your future, so you're going to be fine. It's just like, let's take off that blindfold, but go at your comfort level, okay? You don't have to rush into anything. You can take your time, as long as you come out being your authentic self and just really knowing what you want moving forward. I feel like there's a little bit of also really connecting. Again, it just feels like something takes you out of that. We can look at that. I want to see that 2 of Swords. Yeah. There you go. Page of Cups. You're going to be fine. I would just. It's this path. There could be something also here with that 4 of Wands, where it's almost like you're protesting something. And the 4 of Wands, like, these people are so free. They're outside of the castle. Yeah. And the 4 of Wands. But it is in your challenge area. And so I think there is just something that, again, delay, something that you hear that you do not like or doesn't make sense to you, and it could be miscommunicated. But you see clarifying, that Page of Cups and the Ace of Wands. So, I think that there's a level of just, when you come out of that, follow your bliss. You do you, right? You do you. And the Page of Cups, there really could be something here that's, he's so creative. He's got this great imagination. The Page of Cups has so much Piscean energy. You see the fish coming out of his cup, and he is, he wears his heart on his sleeve. And again, I think that is just, again, connecting emotionally. Something just takes you out of your element. The 2 people here, closing out their hearts. All these cups. The Ace of Wands. You got something new just waiting for you right there. New beginning, new opportunity. Wands are, the spirit of fire. It's like fire in your belly. And Wands is it's your passions right here. There's something that go pursue it. It's right there. And it could be career, and it can be profession, it can be work, but it's right there for you. This new beginning, new opportunity. There's this new path. Yeah, so you're going to be fine. You're going to be good. Capricorn, what? If you like this reading, it'd be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments, tell me what's happening, what's going on. And I love y'all. And it really is, to be honest, it is the fact that Mercury is going retrograde in Pisces in your third house. Nobody else's. And so that's why it's like, okay, that's going to be extra confusing for Capricorn, because Capricorn's ruler, Saturn, is still merging its energies with Neptune, which is illusion. And so it may be a very surreal week for you once Mercury goes retrograde and while Mercury's retrograde. But again, go use it for creativity. Third house is creativity. Use it and let it channel that energy, like I said, creatively, and you're gonna thrive. But anyway, let's get to, you're gonna be good. All right, Capricorn, well worth the wait. Look at that. You got the star. Yeah. You're good. Yeah, listen, this star, just believe in yourself. That's all it is. All right? Believe in yourself. You got the star, the card of healing and wisdom and self-belief and faith, and having faith in yourself and knowing that everything's about to grow in your world. You even see the water bearer here, who, by the way, remember, the star is attributed to Aquarius, right? Pouring onto the land, everything is growing. This is a card of like fertility and growth as well. And then you even see the leaves sprouting from the wand here. There's something new that's, you're creating. It's amazing. And then you have the Five of Cups in your external factors area. So, two things. It does feel like, I'm not saying this is what it is. This is just giving you a metaphor. It does feel like, what was that movie when Julia Roberts, she gets on that like FedEx truck or something? Like she gets cold feet. That's a little bit of what's going here. And that's why I'm saying something's just really confusing. And it's okay to go within, because that's what you want to do, is like have those moments to meditate, have time your own, but don't completely withdraw. Okay? As in a way of protesting, back away everybody. All right? There may be something like a breakup too. Something bigger than that as well. Okay? Like maybe it's, you're parting ways mutually. Okay? Mutually. But there may be someone who, if it doesn't, they're not ready for it. Okay? And it might be you, but it might be someone else. But remember, you've got, come on, the King of Wands, great. Follow your passions. That's what you're gonna be this huge leader. You know that. You already are. I mean, who gets 3 kings in a weekly reading? But anyway, King of Wands, great. This is entrepreneur. You love this king. This is someone who is like very charming, very regal. He follows his passions. And then you have the King of Pentacles in your final outcome. So that's really great. You're good. You're going to be rich. He's the richest king. He's the richest king. And you've got, remember, a whole weekend of like money stuff. Just wait until the North Node moves into Aquarius this summer, and your second house of money, income, earned, your earning potential. And then Jupiter moving into Leo over the summer in your 8th house of building your wealth. You're good. You're gonna be fine. But anyway, that's your final outcome. King of Pentacles. Sure, he's the richest king, but he's like a protector. He's a provider. He's very grounded. And this is someone who has confidence. This is all about ownership. And so, I don't know. I just feel like there's something that, there's just something really confusing here. With that Page of Cups coming out, something a little bit confusing. The other thing is with that Five of Cups as well, there really could be a moment that you have where there may be someone that I don't know, let's say you have an employee, it's your best employee, and y'all, I don't know, argue over the markers in the office, and he quits on the spot. And you're just like, what? It's shocking. It's jarring. And then you get mad because, like, you don't quit on me, right? There's just something here where it's just like, can be a little bit too dramatic. Let's wait things out. Make sure we have all the right information and be in touch with your intuition. You got a lot waiting for you. That's going to be great. All right. But someone may not be happy with the way something turns out. Okay. Capricorn, next week, you're going to be fine though. Next week, yeah, we got the lunar eclipse in Virgo. And then we also, well, we do all of March. We'll do March. And then, yeah, the second spread, we'll talk about all the lunations, etc. That first quarter moon really may have, we'll talk about. So tier 3 members, really good and legendary members, you know where to find the link for the bonus spread. Anyone's welcome to join. And then we'll talk about what's happening over the weekend. But Capricorn, thanks so much. If you like this reading, be great if you like, subscribe, share, hype. Leave comments though. You're gonna be fine. You're gonna be good. You're obviously on your way. But remember, the other thing that I was gonna say is, remember, you can't take everything with you into this new world. All right. Thanks so much. I will see you next week. Bye bye.